I just want to preface this video by saying that this is a lot different from all my other videos, and it will be dealing with some heavy topics, so I'll be listing trigger warnings in the description, so please read that before you watch it, and I hope this helps you. Depression. It's a word that kind of gets tossed around a lot nowadays, isn't it? You know, through floods of Twitter posts of people saying, oh, this makes me so depressed, or sometimes people genuinely crying out for help. But can anyone really help? I mean, it sounds bleak, but that's how it feels. You know, it's like every day you see people posting on YouTube or any other social media platform trying so hard to describe how it feels. But I think no matter how hard you try, the only way you can truly understand how it feels is if you've been through it, if you're going through it. It's not easy. It's hard. It's a non-stop struggle, and people will tell you that they've gotten past it. You know, that I used to hurt myself in the past, but I'm over that now. I'm done with that. But you never really are. You never are. The way it feels, I try to describe it in so many different ways, but there are very few that I feel really portray the despair that it is. I mean, unless you've experienced it yourself, there's really no way to know how it feels. But when people tell you that they're past it, even if they seem like they're not feeling sad or anything like that, it's when you're in the thick of it, it feels like you're wearing headphones and there's this awful noise coming from them. And every other emotion you feel is the background noise that you just barely hear. It comes in muffled. And you hear it, you understand it, but it's still over top of that white noise. Sometimes the noise is quieter. It's still there, though. Sometimes it's so loud you can't hear anything else. And you just wish that you could just take the headphones off to better understand and to clearly hear the world around you, but you can't. And it comes to a point where you have to face the fact that this is my life now. And you wonder, is this all my life will ever be? And I mean, I've made it pretty clear myself that I do have depression. I have depression and anxiety and ADHD. But the degree to which I've suffered through them is something that I hate hiding, honestly. It's this taboo to talk about what you've been through. It's seen as a bad thing, and people are scared to talk about it because it is bad. People are afraid of judgment. And it's a damn shame that when you're suffering through something so immense, you have to be afraid of what others will think of you for having feelings. But that's the world we live in. You have to be careful who you tell about what, because you could get in trouble, get sent away. I was diagnosed with depression when I was about 16. It was almost 2 years ago. But it's still hard. I spent a lot of time on my own. Spent a lot of time sleeping and crying and cutting. That was my life for a good couple of months. I started convincing myself that I didn't deserve to eat because I just felt so low about who I was, who I should be, who I tried to be and failed. And it weighs down on you. But you feel like you can't tell anyone because you feel so low about yourself that you think your struggles shouldn't be anyone else's problem but yours. And in a way, that can be true. You shouldn't push it onto other people to take care of you, but at the same time, you can't keep it to yourself. So what do? You confide in others. You find people that you can trust, and I was lucky enough to have people that I trusted and that were there for me to save my life. But a lot of people aren't that lucky. A lot of people are forced to face the harsh reality that people don't want to talk about depression. And sometimes it feels like if people don't want to talk about it, then maybe it shouldn't exist. Then maybe I shouldn't exist. And it surprises me how many people didn't know that I was hurting. Because I didn't do a good job of hiding it. But a lot of people saw it as me going through an emo phase, wearing all black, because that's what my heart felt like. It felt like I was drowning, and colors just didn't seem to fit. And you know, I could go on and on about what it was like and what I have been through, but that's not really the point. The point is that I want to break down walls. And I guess I'm starting that now. It's a damn shame that people feel like it's something you have to hide, or that it's a big thing to tell people that you're struggling. But I want to break down those walls and make it so that people understand that this is more common than you think. There's so many people who suffer in the same way that I have, and I still do. So many people are hiding scars. So many people are suffering in silence, and really, they don't have to. They shouldn't have to. It's not a scandal to have a mental illness. It's just chemicals in your brain, and it's not something to be ashamed of, or something to hide, or something to be scared of. It's life. It's the way that you're living, and it shouldn't be the way that you're living in silence. It shouldn't be the way that you're living alone. It should be out there in the open, and that's kind of what I hope to do. Whenever I tell people about what I've been through, they tell me I'm brave for coming out and talking about it, but it's not, for me, it's not bravery. Because I'm not scared to talk about it. Or I understand that I shouldn't be scared to talk about it. Because this is my life. This is a big part of who I am. And it shouldn't be something that I'm scared to talk about. It's something that I always want to talk about. Something that I want to be open about, but that the world forces me to shut down. And I'm tired of it. it's not a secret that I should be keeping. You know, it doesn't change who I am. I'm the same person you see every day, it's just sometimes I'm sad. A lot of the time I'm sad. But things are the same as they always have been. Nothing has changed by me saying this. Nothing has changed about me. At least. But I hope that something in the world changes by me saying this. And I know my voice doesn't go very far. I know it won't go very far. But it's a start. Everything has to start somewhere. And that's what I'm hoping to do. I know I'm a comedy channel and I make jokes all the time, but nothing. I mean, this isn't some secret personality of mine, this is just me. And the person on the channel is me too. I am myself. And no matter what I go through, I will always have a huge, huge love for others. I'll always care a lot for the people around me. And a big part of that is setting an example and showing people that it's okay to have feelings. You know, it's not a crime to be sad. The real crime is suffering in silence. And I don't want to do that anymore. Not that I ever really did, but there were moments when I thought it would be better to just keep my mouth shut. It didn't end up being better. It was for the better to be open about what my life is. Made a lot of friends that way, by being open about who I am. I'm just saying that people should be free to show every facet of who they are. Regardless of the stigma around it. You're not going to make friends who you truly connect with unless you're truly honest about yourself. So, break down your walls and be honest. guess that's all I have to say. I love you all, and remember that life isn't easy, but it gets better.